Let's take a look at our next tongue twister. This one has some good consonant blends with sk and st, and it has some good th words. Let's practice. A skunk sat on a stump and thunk the stump stunk, but the stump thunk the skunk stunk. This one's a really good one. We have some really good consonant blends both at the beginning and at the end of the words. We have this unk sound, so it's that but then with a K sound, unk. Kind of like the sound that we make in the word uncle. So for example, skunk, stunk, thunk. We want to be mindful that the TH sound here is a voiceless TH. Thunk, thunk. Let's try this one together. A skunk sat on a stump and thunk the stump stunk. But the stump thunk the skunk stunk. We really want to make sure that we're hearing the difference between skunk and stunk. Skunk and stunk. Excellent. Make sure to record yourself, listen to my pronunciation and your pronunciation, and write down any words you think you could improve. Let's go to our next one here. Our next one, I'm going to read it for you all, is lesser leather, never weathered, wetter weather better. It's a good one. One more time. Lesser leather, never weathered, wetter weather better. So we have some good patterns here. We have these words that end in ER, but we have different combinations. Lesser, leather, it's a voiced TH, leather, weathered, never, wetter, better. Let's try this one together. Lesser leather, never weathered, wetter weather better. Excellent job. Keep practicing those patterns. Let's move on to our next tongue twister. We have another longer one here. Another one that's focusing a lot on our S's. Let's take a listen. Silly Sally swiftly shooed 7 silly sheep. The 7 silly sheep, silly Sally shooed, shilly-shallied south. These sheep shouldn't sleep in a shack. Sheep should sleep in a shed. Excellent one. So again, we have lots of great vowel sounds here. We have the sh, s, sh, s, sh. Remember, we can practice like that. S, sh, s, sh, s, sh. Let's do this one together. Silly Sally swiftly shooed 7 silly sheep. The 7 silly sheep, silly Sally shooed. Shilly-shallied south. These sheep shouldn't sleep in a shack. Sheep should sleep in a shed. Woohoo! Great job. Excellent, excellent. Don't forget to record yourself. Let's go to some other tongue twisters here. Let's go to a shorter one this time. Here we have one. Let me read it for you. It is, if a dog chews shoes, whose shoes does he choose? Interesting here. We have choose as in chew, and we have choose as in to pick. And they sound the same. It also rhymes with whose and shoes. Then we have the word does that follows the same spelling pattern as shoes, but is pronounced completely different. Let's practice this one together. If a dog chews shoes, whose shoes does he choose? Here we really want to hear the difference between choose and shoes. Choose, shoes. Choose, shoes. Remember, choose is a little bit stronger, while shoes is smoother. Choose, shoes. Choose, shoes. Excellent. Let's try one with some of our TH sounds. Here we have one that focuses on our voiceless TH sounds. Let's see. 3 thin thinkers, thinking thick, thoughtful thoughts. Lots of these sounds. So again, if we need to practice this sound, we can practice it with different vowels, right? Th, tha, thr. So we can isolate these sounds to practice them. Let's practice this one together. 3 thin thinkers, thinking thick, thoughtful thoughts. Let's listen one more time. 3 thin thinkers, thinking thick, thoughtful thoughts. So we really want to get that th sound. Thin, thinking, thoughts. All right, let's go to our next tongue twister. This one is actually just 2 words, and the trick here is to try to repeat it at least 3 times in a row, as quickly as possible. So the 2 words that we're going to repeat are truly rural. Rural is a very difficult word in English, and we have to make it by saying rural, rural, ol. So we're making this ol sound by pulling our tongue back. Rural, rural, truly rural, truly rural, truly rural, truly rural. Very difficult. This is a great one to practice with if you're having difficulty with the R's and L sound. So remember the R sound, r, r, r. Our tongue is being pulled back and it's hitting the top of our mouth here. We can feel it hitting our back upper teeth. And then the L sound as in li, li. So l. Our tongue is in the front here. So to make these 2 sounds, the r and l sound, our tongue is in completely different spots. R, 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 back here, and l, l, l. So truly rural, rural, lol, lol, lol. Truly rural, truly rural, truly rural. Go ahead and try it. Another good tongue twister to help with our R's and L sounds is this one. It's very similar. We have 4 words that we're going to repeat. Red lorry, yellow lorry. Red lorry, yellow lorry. Red lorry, yellow lorry. Red lorry, yellow lorry. Oh, that one's very difficult. It gets confusing. So we have red, red, right? My tongue is back here and up here. Red, lorry, lorry, yellow, lorry. So again, the L sound is coming from here in the front, and then the R sound from here in the back or middle part of our mouth. Let's practice this one together. Red, lorry, yellow lorry. Faster. Red lorry, yellow lorry. Red lorry, yellow lorry. Red lorry, yellow lorry. Excellent. Great job. Our next tongue twister. Let's listen to this one. You know New York, you need New York, you know you need unique New York. If you're having trouble with these y sounds, if they start to sound like a j sound, almost like a J, the key is ya, ya, ya. We're not going to have our tip of the tongue touch the roof of the mouth. Yeah, York, York. Our tongue is touching on the sides where our teeth are, but we're going to avoid the j sound. Whenever we make that j sound, it's because our tongue is coming up and touching the roof of our mouth in the middle here, rather than just staying on the side. We can hear the difference between New York and New York, or you and you. Right? So we just need to keep that tongue down a little bit, avoid it hitting in the middle part of our mouth. We should just feel it on where our teeth are. You. Let's listen again. You know New York, you need New York, you know you need unique New York. Now let's practice together. You know New York, you need New York, you know you need unique New York. This one's a really good one. These are a couple of words that are commonly confused. So let's listen here. I saw a kitten eating chicken in the kitchen. Right? Chicken and kitchen. These are 2 words that are very easy to get confused. Kitchen, chicken. Kitchen, chicken. Kitchen, chicken. Let's listen again. I saw a kitten eating chicken in the kitchen. Even for me, it's hard. Also, when we're saying kitten, kitten, we're almost swallowing this T sound. So it's different from the bitter and better sound because we're not saying kitten. We're almost swallowing that sound. This happens a lot with the double T whenever we have a k sound. For example, cotton, cotton, mm. That's how we're making this ending with the en or on. Kitten, kitten, Right, so just practice that sound. We have our tongue, the tip of our tongue on the roof of our mouth, and we're just making an sound. Kitten, or cotton, button. So let's practice this one again. Let's practice together this time. I saw a kitten eating chicken in the kitchen. I saw a kitten eating chicken in the kitchen. Really work on that kitten sound. Again, if you want some other words to practice with that have this sound, we can think of kitten, cotton, button. So these words, also because of the N ending, that's what's kind of causing this different sound. So it's not exactly going to be like the double T sound in little or bottle or bitter, but we're going to kind of swallow that sound almost. Kitten, cotton, button. Excellent. Let's practice our next one here. Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear. Fuzzy Wuzzy had no hair. Fuzzy Wuzzy wasn't fuzzy, was he? This one's funny. So we have this word wuzzy, fuzzy, wuzzy. These are some strange words that we use in English. Fuzzy, meaning that something's very soft, like a kitten or something is fuzzy. And we use this wuzzy word just to rhyme with it. Fuzzy wuzzy. Fuzzy wuzzy. But it's also interesting because wuzzy sounds like when we say was he. Whenever we say was he quickly, we tend to omit the H sound. So instead of saying was he, it often comes out as wuzzy. Wuzzy. Whenever we have was and they kind of come together. Was-a. Was-a. Let's listen again. Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear. Fuzzy Wuzzy had no hair. Fuzzy Wuzzy wasn't fuzzy. Was he? Was he? Was he? Let's practice this one together. Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear. Fuzzy Wuzzy had no hair. Fuzzy Wuzzy wasn't fuzzy, was he? Very nice. Let's go back to a longer one here. Here we have some good practice with some F and V sounds. Something that we need to take note of here is how we pronounce the word of. Right? We only have one F, and it actually turns out to sound more like a V sound than a F sound. Right? Because we need to distinguish between off and of. So of frequently actually has a V sound. Let's listen to this tongue twister. Of all the felt I ever felt, I never felt a piece of felt which felt as fine as that felt felt. When first I felt that felt, hats felt. Excellent. So we start off with of all, of all. We have some connecting speech here. Of all, of all. And then we have our normal F sound, felt. I ever felt. ever felt. So we have to go between that v and f sound. Again, we can isolate these two sounds and practice them together. F, v, f, v, f, v. It tickles. That's a good thing. If it's tickling, that means that you're making the sound correctly. Let's practice this one together. Of all the felt I ever felt, I never felt a piece of felt which felt as fine as that felt felt. When first I felt that felt, hats felt. Very nice. So one area that we really need to practice is I never felt a piece of felt, We start off with that soft v vibration and then go into that f sound. Of felt. Here it's not as strong. I never felt a piece of felt. Those sounds kind of blend together nicely. Another shorter tongue twister that can help us with our v and f sounds is this one. 11 benevolent elephants. 11 benevolent elephants. Let's practice this one together. 11 benevolent elephants. 11 benevolent elephants. Let's go to our next one here. How can a clam cram in a clean cream can? There's some excellent consonant blends here with k, kla, kra, cree, clee. Let's listen again. How can a clam cram in a clean cream can? There's some really good vowel sounds as well. Again, we have this can. So we're talking about an actual can, so we're going to pronounce that vowel an fully. But when we're using that verb, that modal verb can, how can, we're going to go back to kind of squeezing that vowel out a little bit. How can a clam cram in a clean cream can? Let's practice together. How can a clam cram in a clean cream can? How can a clam cram in a clean cream can? Excellent. We have another super short one here. We have Eddie edited it. This one is one of my favorite ones. It sounds very strange. So we have Eddie, a name, edited, but we're going to pronounce that T as that like the sound, edited it. It sounds like we're just saying the same thing when we say it fast. Eddie edited it. Edited it. So to make this one a little bit easier, we can practice it first by pronouncing those T's, like edited it, and then let's try to add in those D sounds. Eddie edited it. Let's practice. Eddie edited it. Let's just focus on this verb here. Edit, edited, edited. Eddie edited it. Eddie edited it. Excellent job. Our first one is 9 nice night nurses nursing nicely. Excellent one. Let's listen again. 9 nice night nurses nursing nicely. Okay, so we have lots of n sounds with different vowel sounds here, and then we have some sounds. Let's practice this one together. 9 nice night nurses nursing nicely. One more time, a little bit faster. 9 nice night nurses nursing nicely. Very nice. Let's go to one more here. This one is excellent for to help with differentiating between the t and th sound. Actually, I have 2 that are helpful with this. Two more. Our next one is Tom threw Tim 3 thumbtacks. Let's listen again. Tom threw Tim 3 thumbtacks. Now let's practice together. Tom threw Tim 3 thumbtacks. Let's break it down. Tom threw Tim 3 thumbtacks. Right, so our tongue has to go between our teeth here in the front, and then back like behind our teeth up here. T, th, t, t, th, t. Tom threw Tim 3 thumbtacks. Our last one, I promise this time, the very last one. This one can also help if you're having issues with this th sound, and we want to make sure that it's different from the f sound, right? So this time, instead of the t and th, we're going to focus on the th and f. So one, our tongue is in our mouth, and the other one, our tongue is in between our teeth. Let's listen. He threw 3 free throws. Again. He threw 3 free throws. So we really want to hear the difference between 3 and free. Let's try this one slowly together. He threw 3 free throws. Excellent. So remember, make sure you're recording yourself saying these tongue twisters along with me. Write down those difficult words, those words that we know we need to improve, and then start drilling those words. Throughout this entire course, it's strongly encouraged to be taking notes along with your drilling and all of the words that you are writing down that you need to improve. Definitely be taking notes on where to put your tongue when you're making these sounds. Even drawing a diagram of your mouth can definitely help, and putting on that diagram where these sounds are coming from in your mouth. Kind of similar to the vowel chart that we saw at the beginning of the course. So definitely make sure that you're taking your notes, that you are drilling these sounds, that you are practicing along with me, and that most importantly, you are recording yourself so you can listen.